Good morning. Welcome. Day 18. Hi guys. It is a very frosty, cold, wintry morning here. And I am not loving it. I just let the dogs out and they went absolutely crazy. Absolutely loving it. I wish they could give me some of that energy for the cold, but I just don't have it. It's far too cold, I know it is. So today we're gonna bring it back down. I know yesterday was quite pacey and it's just a little bit different if you're not used to that kind of practice. So today I thought, let's bring it back down. It's cold and, as far as I'm concerned, gross outside. So let's bring it back. We're going to do a super nice, slow, stretchy, easing into it kind of 10 minutes this morning. And yeah, just see how you find it, see how it feels. But I'd really like to invite you to just really observe this morning. So I've called it Observe and Reflect, and I just use that as a bit of a theme as we move through the practice. We're going to begin in a seat, so finding whatever feels best for you. We'll be here for a little while. We're going to do everything that we're going to do today, we have already done. So the poses will feel nice and familiar, and that is by design. So as you're ready, maybe closing down the eyes, maybe bringing the hands into the lap, or maybe on top of the knees. And as always, just begin to notice those sounds around you. Notice how you feel, any thoughts and feelings that you've brought to the mat this morning. And most importantly, noticing that breath. Maybe just taking a second to reflect on how it feels to do this part that we start with every morning versus how it felt right at the very beginning, almost 3 weeks ago now. And then if it feels okay to do so, just beginning to lengthen those inhales and exhales. Maybe inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And as I say, today I just want to invite you to really sit with the practice. I've included lots of things we've done before, so they should feel nice and familiar. Just try and lean into it. Really feel it, really notice how your body feels as you move through. Maybe try and do as much of it as you can with your eyes closed. Just really trusting yourself and the practice and just feeling into it. Moving with the breath as we inhale. On our exhale, we're just going to take that right ear over right shoulder. Inhale back into centre. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale up through centre. And exhale, take it to the right. Feel that stretch all down the left side of the neck. Inhale through centre. Think nice and tall as you sit up in the middle, and exhale, take it to the left. Inhale, back through center. And exhale it all out. This time as you inhale, sending the chin up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bringing the chin down to the chest, either with the eyes closed or maybe gazing towards the ground. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to bring yourself back up into center. Exhale it all out. Then we're just going to plant that right hand down alongside us. And as you inhale, send that left arm out, up and over, as we find that side stretch. All down the left side of the body, really reaching with the fingertips of the left hand. And don't forget, you don't need to look like me here. You can be down on the forearm for a bit of a deeper stretch, if that feels good for you. You can be higher up, just feeling into it today. Inhaling to come back up through center. Put that left hand down on the ground. And then with that right hand this time, as you inhale, sending everything up and over towards the left. Nice and long through the fingers of the right hand. Feeling into that stretch all down the side of the body, through the ribs. Breathing into it. Using your inhales to lengthen, thinking nice and long. And then coming back up through center. Let's take some little nose circles. Let's take some nose circles. So just drawing those circles one way then the other. So maybe clockwise first. Facing up towards the ceiling, down towards the ground. And trusting yourself to find your own breath here, what feels best for you. So maybe that's one full revolution, or maybe that's inhaling as you look up, exhaling as you look down. Let's do one more here, and then as you meet in the center, we'll take it back the other way. So anti-clockwise for me. Exhaling as I gaze towards the ground. Inhaling as I send my chin up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, and then just coming back into that neutral position in the middle. If you're not already in cross-leg position, just come to find cross legs just for a moment, just for a little while. If, as I say, it doesn't feel good to kind of do that traditional sat on the feet thing, I also don't like that. You can just stack one foot in front of the other. And we're going to switch it around in a second. So I have my left foot closer in towards my body, and then my right foot in front of it. And then all we're going to do, just as we do in child's pose, is just walk the arms forward gently. Maybe folding over. And just stopping where feels most natural for your body. Trying to keep the sit bones, trying to keep your bum down on the ground. As always, we don't crank into poses, just feel into them. When you're ready, walking the hands back up. And you could probably feel that all down, well, I could feel it, all down the right side into my right hip. So if you did, we're just going to switch the feet round, stack the other one on top of the other one now. So I have my right foot closer into my body, and my left foot is now at the front. And now I should feel that stretch all down the left side, into the left glute, into the left hip. So just gently walking the hands forwards, folding over, really breathing into it here. It's quite an intense stretch. Trying to keep your bum down on the ground, pressing your knees towards the ground. And as you're ready, just walking the hands back in towards the body. And then we're just going to take some nice gentle twists. So you can stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so that you can see me a little bit better. Taking the legs out long in front of you. We did these the other day, so there's a couple of options. So as you bend through the right knee, flex through the left foot, so you're sending the toes up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here, or if you'd like to take it a little further, you can take that right foot up and over the left leg. And then all we're going to do is take that left elbow around the right knee, bring the right hand out behind you, and just gently ease yourself into this twist. Think nice and long through the spine. Keep that chin parallel to the ground. Remembering that thread pulling you up from the top of your head, stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Trying our best not to collapse down, and also not cranking into it, just feeling into the pose. Take one more really deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, coming back through center, just unraveling. And we'll take it onto the other side. So left leg bends at the knee. You can keep that foot here, or if you'd like to, you can take that left foot over right knee. Remembering to flex through that right foot, so sending the toes up towards the ceiling. Taking that left hand up and out behind you, and then taking that right elbow around left knee. Inhale, nice and long through the spine, and then exhale, twisting into it. Remembering to just observe, notice, does it feel any different on this side? Does it feel like a comfortable pose for you? Is it okay here? Or do you need to let some of that twist off a little? Just feeling into it, getting used to observing. And then on your next exhale, let's just let everything unwind back out. And then in the spirit of being nice and chill on this horrible cold morning, we're just going to come to lie on our backs. And my favourite, let's bring the knees into the chest. Maybe taking hold of each hand and finding a nice grip here around the knees as you hug them in. An option to find some nice gentle movement here, maybe left to right. Maybe begin to close down the eyes if they haven't been through the rest of the practice. Maybe drawing some nice circles, clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Feeling into the lower back and just noticing how that movement feels. There is an option here, you can stay here. There is an option here for a yoga pose called Happy Baby, which is simply, we're going to flex the toes. So again, finding that nice 90-degree angle, sending the toes up towards the sky. And then just sending the feet, the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, bending at the knee. It's a kind of love-hate pose for people. And then you can take hold of your legs either around the back of the thighs, maybe around the shins or the ankles, or you can take hold of the outsides of your feet. And again, same gentle motions here, just kind of rocking side to side, or maybe some gentle circles. but just pressing the feet, pressing the heels up towards the ceiling. It's not a pose for everyone. Like I say, it's a bit love-hate. If you'd prefer to stay in knees into chest, absolutely honour that and stay there. We're going to bring the soles of the feet down to the mat now. And we're going to take, I know that this is a crowd favourite. We're going to just push into the feet, lift the hips off the mat just for a second, take them over towards the right. Let your knees drop over towards the left. And maybe finding a T shape, sending the arms out wide if you have enough space. If not, bending at the elbows, finding cactus arms. And then option to gaze over towards the right. Maybe closing down the eyes. Just observing and reflecting on how it feels this morning. When you're ready, coming back through centre, lifting those knees up, replacing the feet back down on the mat as you gently lift the hips up and bring them back into the centre. And then let's take it to the other side, so pressing through the feet, lifting the hips, taking them over towards the left this time, letting the knees drop over towards the right, maybe gazing towards the left, and then either finding whatever arm placement feels good for you, so kind of that big T pose, cactus arms, or maybe you like one hand on belly, one hand on heart. Just noticing, beginning to allow your breath to return back to its normal rhythm. When you're ready, bringing everything back through centre, pressing through the feet as you lift the hips, bring them back into the centre of your mat. And we'll end in Shavasana today. But as always, if that's not comfortable, finding a seat or another place for just a few quiet moments. Taking the legs out long, maybe arms by your side. If you're in Shavasana, just beginning to let everything grow really heavy. Feeling yourself melt down into the mat. Letting go of that tension, maybe in the ankles, through the shoulders, relaxing through the face, and just allow yourself to be. I'm going to leave you there, but if you have the time and the opportunity to stick around in Shavasana for a little bit longer, maybe 5-10 minutes, absolutely give yourself permission to do so. Thank you so much for joining me. Have the best day, and I will see you tomorrow.